Hey, Plant Pals, it's Mike the Gardener, and today is an unboxing and review of a system that I was given to test by a company called LetPot. I'm sure you've seen it around the the YouTube streets here because they've been blessing a lot of channels with these really awesome systems, and they offered me the chance to put one through the paces myself. So I'm really excited. So I'm going to unbox and open it up here. Cover this up here. Don't show that's the thing has. All right, so here we go. Anytime I have a QR code, I always just in case the company personalize the QR code or something for setting things up. Which I'm not sure if this one has Wi-Fi on it or not. We'll see. So that's what I'm gonna open up and I'm gonna see. So here's some of the things they give with it. So okay, so it does have an app that appears. So I'm gonna definitely read that. But I'm gonna take the basically today's video. I'm just gonna take it out the box, take a look at it, say what I like about it, what I could hope that could be improved or whatever, and give my honest first impressions. And then later on next week will be a setup and growing. So it comes nicely self-contained here. Take the wrapper off. This is a really nice looking unit. That's really cool. And so, as I've said before, I've unboxed and checked out, several. You probably, I own like 40 units that I used to grow inside hydroponically in the Zone 4 Minnesota winters and year-round too. So I'm going to make sure that's the kind of telescoping. So I'm going to pull because they put everything in one. So we'll get the tape off. See, this is what happens when you do a live unboxing as opposed to I've seen people take things out of the box, get all the tape off, put it back in the box, and then pretend. I don't do that. I actually take it out of the box and look at it because I want to give an honest opinion. So my honest opinion right now is they did a really good job of taping it up so it doesn't come apart in shipping. And it would help if I I always joke, I don't have fingernails because I keep my nails short. All right, so the way these systems work is here's the lid, and this is where you fill the water. This is where the baskets go, and this is you put a clear dome that has a indicator of the water level, and as the water level rises, if you put enough water in it, it'll rise up because this is a piece of foam, and it rises up and floats down. And then there's a piece that goes on the bottom and a piece that goes on top. So I'm gonna set that aside for a moment. So they give you 12 sponges, which is cool. This bag here has the covers for the holes because you don't want to let light get in there because light plus nutrition equals algae. There's support rods for holding up your plants, which is cool, very appreciated. Comes with 6 tags, and here's the cover for the water indicator, which I will take out. Basically what it is, I'm take everything out, and then I'll show you as if I was setting it up. And then next week, I'll actually set it up and start growing some things. So this is the baskets that go into the thing, and here's some covers. And like I say, you always want to make sure you cover the sponges so you don't get algae growing on your sponges, and they provide you with stickers to do that. And I usually just like to use foil. That's just a personal preference. It comes with food. You got an AB solution. course, power supply, so you can plug it in, which is helpful. And then here's the, like I said, this is the bottom to the water indicator. So let me show you a little bit about the system and I'll talk about it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this out. So this is the, oops, this is what the unit looks like, the bottom part. I'll show you the top in a moment. So the way these systems work is you have power cord, which I'm sure probably runs up here, something like that. And then they have this taped down. But right here is the pump. And so what you do is you run the power of this to the light bar, which I like. See, I was talking to someone about what they say I look for in a system, and I look for a system that has the light bar. You know, you see some systems, they put the light bar in the center. Well, that blocks, you know, yeah, you get an even distribution of light, but most of the light bars now are big enough to cover the entire unit, so really that's not an issue. And it takes up real estate in the center, so I like the light bar in the back. That's just a personal preference of mine, and someone was asking me what my preferences was. So this is the pump, and what this does, and this, the only thing that these units do, well, besides provide the light, is they give you a place to hold the plants suspended in your hydroponic plant food solution, and they have a pump that circulates the water so that you oxygenates the water, keeps things clean, so that you don't get the messy, the gunky stuff that happens when you have still water. There are ways of growing cracky or whatever. You don't have that issue. That's a different story. This is a hydroponic unit. That's what we're talking about today. This right here is the sort of clean out. So you take this plug out, as you can see it's on the inside, so you can drain the water out. The convenient part about this is because the light bar is not permanently attached, and you can put it in and out of the back of the unit here. You can take this whole bowl to the sink, and even with the deck on with all your plants, you can easily take your lid off with the plants in the kitchen, set it in the sink, and then clean this out, put it back on, refill it with fresh solution, and you're good to go. So that's very convenient. A lot of the old systems don't have that convenience, and again, you can drain the old water out the bottom, which is quite handy. So far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing in this system. Another thing that I prefer in a system that they've taken notice, that a lot of these companies have taken notice of and are doing great, is, again, the light bar just snaps into the back of the unit here. The power goes into the back of the unit here instead of going up in the top of the light bar, so you have to have a long cord running up your unit, which could accidentally be like if you have this in here and you're trimming your plants. When you have one of those cords that runs up the back of the unit, you might actually hit the cord, where this is not going to be an issue with this unit, because the power cord's out of the way. Number two thing that I like and I recommend when looking for a system is, so this does have a, so that's really cool. This has a, I won't do it because I hate that sound. So that this comes off the light bar. I'll remove that later. But see this, look how short this light bar can get to. So when I'm planting my plant, I can go that, this far above the deck, which means my plants in this unit won't be leggy. They won't be reaching for the light. And as they grow, I can extend really far. So that means I can grow nice, tall things in this unit. So yeah, that makes me very excited. Well, okay, cover your ears, people. Some people don't like that sound, some people don't. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna kind of show the setup. Take this off. Deal with that later. No? Okay, I got it. Like I said, I don't have a nail. So the way you would set the system up is you plug this into the back of here. This gets snapped down into the back here, which is really nice. Make sure I have it all the way snapped in. And I do. Okay, so your power cord goes down here, which is, like, again, awesome. So I'm gonna actually pull this back up to its height max again, so I can show. I'm gonna pull this off so I can show the how the deck goes on. Again, this is real time recording, people. Stay. All right. So the way you'd set a system like this up is you've got, this is the bottom to this here. I'm dropping things. So that just snaps there. So that just protects this here, the float. So it sits in the water and this will float up and down. Let's see where the cord power runs there. Making sure. Yep. All right. So that's really cool. Stop rocking. There we go. So your baskets will go like that. Again, I don't use every single pod when I'm growing, unless it's something like an herb that can go small. Use the sponges. So what you would do is you'd put the sponges, you don't have to pre-moisten the sponges because it's sitting in moisture already. You would take a sticker that has a hole in there for the light. And so what you do is you would drop your seed into this hole. You'd put the sticker on top. Again, I've got these big old man hands that don't do delicate work. All right, so this is the lid, and that creates moisture for growing the plant in. And right here, these are, so like, say I'm growing a small tomato that's starting to lean over, these sticks you just put in the hole there, and you can let the stick support. Like if you put one on either side, it'd really support that plant. That's not a necessity for a lot of like herbs and stuff. You don't need it, but it's nice to have. I love it when they give you the option and they include it. This is the, again, I don't use every pod when I'm planting something like a pepper or tomato because it needs room to grow and get air circulation around it. So they were smart enough to provide covers. And so the covers block the holes that you're not using, and that prevents algae from growing in the water. So that is really cool. Again, they provide markers. So you want to say, that's my tomato, you can write it on there and know that that's your tomato. You don't have to use it, but it's nice to have, again. So again, this is the water indicator cover that just goes on top there like that, and you can turn it to whichever way you're going to be reading it. So if you're going to read it from the front, or I usually read from the side, so I usually turn it towards the side so I make sure it was on camera. So I dropped the lid into the water thing. There it is. All right, so this right here is where you fill the water. See, it has max right there, so you know that not to overfill. And there's the cover for that. So basically, this unit is pretty much ready to go. I just fill it up with plant food solution, either using their AB formula or using my own personal formula, and make sure it's full. And then so whenever the line gets low and it needs to be refilled, you can refill it there. And you put the cover on there. So again, here's the light bar. And what you would do is, to start off, I wouldn't have these in. Again, put your seeds, cover. This gets plugged in the back here. First, I'm going to insert it into the slot here. So people say, oh, it's so complicated, hard to put these things together. Well, you can see that in real time, I took it apart and put it together really fast. Whoops. So the lid has to come off first before you put that down. There you go. Up there. And this can go all the way down low. So, which is what I would do. And I'll show all that when I actually go to plant something this week. Get it all set up, put it in a place of honor, and put it through its paces. I haven't decided when I'm growing it, but I'm sure it'll be something fun and cool, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and come along for the ride. All right. Any comments, questions in the comments section? Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have an awesome day. Thanks, LetPot. Awesome. Looks really good. So I'll be showing it in the weeks to come.